Welcome back into the NFL Every Game on the Board podcast, simulcast live on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, also on Twitter as well, at Skee Profit on Twitter, at Drew Martin Bets. Skee, welcome in, buddy. How you feeling?
I'm doing well. It's nice that week 17 is over. I hate week 17. That's just like a headache week for me, trying to figure out who wants to do what and go and all that stuff. So I'm happy playoffs are here for NFL, and I'm looking forward to make some money with you, Drew.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Guys, we're breaking down 3 games on Sunday. We just broke down 3 games with Minty Bets, the Saturday games. Now we're breaking down the Sunday games with our closer, Skee Profit. Check them out, wagertalk.com, Hakeem Profit. We got 1:05 Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Pacific time here. Kickoff on the top of the card for Sunday, January 10th card here, Skee. 147, 148, the rotation numbers. Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans. 54.5 being the total, with the Ravens -3 and the hook, -3.5 point favorites. There is a couple -3s with juices, with juice on that, meaning you got to pay a little bit more, -120, -125 on the -3 if you're looking to be betting the Baltimore Ravens. But Skee, what are you thinking here in a rematch? Baltimore Ravens at the Tennessee Titans.
The Tennessee Titans, the same problem they've had since the beginning of the year they have now, and it's just that their defense is not good. They can't really stop anybody. They're the worst third down defense in the league for the regular season. And when I think about the matchup, I think the pass defense has been worse than run defense, and can Lamar take advantage of the defense? We know he's a great running quarterback, but not the best through the air. They've been playing well lately, though. The Ravens, they won their last 5 games by close to 20 points per game. They're fairly healthy. Calais Campbell is going to be there. I mean, I trust the Ravens defense more than I trust Tennessee's defense for sure. And I think that's going to be what puts me on the Ravens side, because I think the Ravens score as much as they want to. They're great converting on third down, and they're going up against a poor third down defense. So I like the Ravens side. I don't know what do you think about that? You like the Ravens or you like the Titans?
I like the Ravens, Skee. I really do, man. I'll throw out a couple stats. I agree with you. And guys, thanks for joining us live on Twitter and YouTube. Actually, a lot of you guys joining us on Twitter right now. If you could smash the like button, that does help us out. Over 600 people watching live. Really appreciate that. We got Baltimore, Tennessee here. Skee, couple stats I like. Baltimore, 5-game win streak, averaging 37 points a game their last 5 games. Now, I know you could make the argument, not that strong of a schedule down the stretch, but still, this offense is clicking. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. I really am. I know he's got some haters out there throwing the ball, but I think he's a lot better thrower than a lot of people give him credit for. The best athlete at the quarterback position in the NFL right now. And he's going up against a subpar defensive line for the Tennessee Titans. Subpar might actually be putting it lightly for NFL standards here, Skee. I think that's a huge advantage for Lamar Jackson. Now, I know Tennessee won a tight battle the first time they played, actually went to overtime. And I think, some of the people liking Tennessee here, which the market of late has kind of pushed this way. I can see why in the rematch, Tennessee winning the first game. But I think Tennessee, the Titans, Skee, have the worst defense in the NFL. I really do. I think defensive line is as important a position outside of the quarterback position in the NFL, and they're lacking at it. I like the Ravens here. I'd look to lay the 3, pay a little juice. Looks like 3 -120 is the best number out there as we're talking right now. But that's the side I like here, Skee. It's one of my favorite plays of the weekend. I like the Ravens.
Yeah, and one more thing I have to think about too. I mean, with Lamar Jackson, it's kind of been the story for as long as I can remember. He shows up versus teams that are not so great, and against the good teams, he doesn't show up. And I'm just not sure that Tennessee's a good team. You already said that their defense is the worst in the league, and I mean, I'm not going to argue at all. They're not good. So I'll take the Ravens. As far as the total, I think the Ravens can score as many as they want. I think both teams probably are going to run the ball just because that's what they like to do, and that probably takes up clock. But I think the Ravens can put up what they want. It's just how much can Tennessee chip in. If you trust Tennessee to score against this defense, then I think this game flies over. I'm not quite sure which way I'm going to roll yet, but I'm leaning more towards over just because I know the Ravens can put up points.
You know what? That's a good point in terms of the total here, Ski. We got what, 55, even 54 and a half being the total. That's the highest total on the board, not only for Sunday's games, all weekend long. And there was a prop out there I want to run by you. Somebody in the chat box in the last show threw it out there. Tennessee to be the highest scoring team this weekend, plus 900 at FanDuel. Do you have any interest in that? Plus 900 does seem a little rich. I think that laying $100, obviously, and plus 900, guys, if you're new to sports betting, if you risk $100 and it hits, you win $900. So a plus 900, a huge underdog, if you will, on the Tennessee Titans to be the highest scoring team this weekend. Now, I don't think they're going to win the game here, Ski, but that plus 900 has me somewhat interested that actually might be a good prop bet. Any interest?
If you like Tennessee, then yeah, I think that's a great prop. The teams that I think are going to win that one probably is going to come out of. If I have to pick one game this weekend, it probably is going to be that Colts and Bills game. I think the Bills score a lot of points, and Colts games. I just think one of those teams probably scores the most this weekend. I don't trust the Titans to win, so I can't say they're going to score the most. But if you do trust the Titans to win, that may be a nice prop for you.
Okay. And we got City by the Bay joining us from Twitter. Guys, thanks for joining us live. Really appreciate it. If you could smash the like button, that helps us out. If you're liking the content, over 1,000 people watching live, mostly on Twitter at Skee Profit. Strong Twitter presence. If you're not following them, you should on YouTube as well. So Skee Profit joining me here, the closer for the NFL Every Game on the Board podcast. City by the Bay saying he thinks the Bills or the Saints score the most this weekend. Of course, you wouldn't be getting plus 900 on either of those teams, City, which I know you know, but hey, no argument here. And they're shocked at me that I'm joining you, liking the Ravens as the first game here, Skee. So some guys disagreeing with us, maybe thinking the Titans beat the Ravens twice in one season. I don't think so, though. I'm laying it with the Ravens. We got the middle game here on Sunday, Skee, up next, 4:40 Eastern, 1:40 Pacific kick. Chicago Bears at the New Orleans Saints in the Big Easy. This one on CBS, Skee. We got 47 being the total, minus 10, having to lay doubles if you're liking the Saints. What are you thinking here, Skee, in the middle game on Sunday?
Well, I want to say Bears games have a lot of overs, but I think that's because they've just been playing poor teams. The Saints, they're going to be short, right? The running backs are not back for COVID.
Yeah, there's question marks there for sure.
And if they don't have a running back, I mean, I don't think Sean Payton and Drew Brees mind running up the score. Mm-hmm. So I tend to think that there's going to be points in this game. However, I do like the Saints defense, and I trust them to shut Chicago down. That's my only concern. So maybe a Saints team total over. I definitely think the Saints can cover this game. And in the first round of the playoffs, like this wild card weekend, I just want to simplify it and think who's the better quarterback and who's the better coach. Those are two things I want to think about. And honestly, if I have to pick between one or the other right now, I kind of pick the quarterback just for this round. So I definitely pick Drew Brees. I have to take the Saints, and I think that they can score as many points as they want. And I think the defense even can get some scores. Trubisky can turn it over, and we see a defensive score. So I like the Saints, and I like the over.
The Saints at home and looking for a bunch of points. It looks like we got 47 being the low watermark in terms of the total. And actually, it is mostly minus 10s out there, Skee. But if you're liking the Saints here, you can shop around, find a minus 9.5, both in Las Vegas and offshore. There is a couple sports books here laying the 9 in the hook on the Saints as the favorite. Throw out a couple stats here. The Chicago Bears scored 30 or more points in 4 of their last 5 games. The only one they did not was in week 17 against Green Bay, who they actually outgained. So this offense is really kind of, found themselves here down the stretch here, Skee. It's kind of been surprising, but heck, if you're looking to ride hot offenses, which isn't a bad, betting philosophy, could be pointing towards the Bears. But the New Orleans Saints, 114 points in their last 3 games, controlled climate, at home, fast track. Tough to step in front of this offense. Now, the ultimate equalizer being minus 10 points here, minus 9.5 if you shop around on the New Orleans Saints. I lean with you on the Saints, but I haven't bet it yet personally, Skee. But not sure if you have anything else in conclusion before we move on to the closing game for Sunday.
Yeah, like you said, and I mentioned it a little bit too. Bears have been scoring lately, but they played a good team in Green Bay, and then they didn't score so much. So when they play another good defense, and the Saints defense is better than Green Bay, we'll see how much they can put up as well.
Absolutely, at Skee Profit on Twitter, at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter as well. Guys, going live here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. But if you're watching on replay, feel free to drop a comment below. If you're watching on Periscope via Twitter, which I know most of you are right now, also feel free to shout out anything into the chat box, reply in there, and we'll get it out to the watchers, what you're looking to bet and why. Maybe a best bet for the weekend. We will have best bets at the end of this broadcast. So we got Cleveland, Pittsburgh for the last game here, Skee, of the weekend, 8:15 p.m. Eastern kick, 5:15 Pacific kick. Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one on NBC. Interesting to note, guys, we're going to have to be kind of changing the channels both on Saturday and Sunday, with each game being on different channels, but this one on NBC. 47 being the total here, Skee, -6. That's a Pittsburgh Steelers at home in the Steel City.
I agree with the line move. I know the Steelers haven't looked so great the last few weeks, but I think the defense is going to play great in this game. It's a division game too. I talked about better quarterback, better coach. I know Ben hasn't been so great lately, but I don't trust Baker. And the Browns, they have an offensive guard out. They're going to rely on running the ball. If they can't run the ball, they're not going to win the game. And I don't think they have success on the ground. So I agree with the move towards the Steelers. I think the Browns defense is not good. So I think the Steelers offense has success. And it's just a matter of how much the Browns can put up. I don't think they get like shut out or anything. So I think they can add some points here, and maybe we can get over the total. So Steelers and over is my look right now.
Okay, looking towards the Steelers and the over. Skee, I'm with you on the Steelers. I mean, kind of all season long, and I've said it before on this podcast, I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan in the NFL. Great college quarterback. I think he deserved the Heisman. You know, all the dancing he used to do at Oklahoma, I think it was cool. His commercials are decent. He's no Peyton Manning, but, you know, the commercials are okay, Skee, in my opinion. It's just the NFL performance-wise, I don't think what he has athletically really translates all that well for a great career in the NFL. However, I've taken it on the chin a couple times looking to fade Baker Mayfield. Their defense, I don't think, is as strong either. I think the Steelers, you know, after resting their guys, week 17 come back, it's a different team. I think they cover this number as well. Don't like not getting the best of the number, considering we could have gotten, you know, the Steelers -4. Now we're having to pay up on that, a little tax. -6 now, pretty much across the board. Still, I think they cover this game. I think they win by more than a touchdown. I like the I like the Steelers here, guys, -6 as we're talking right now, Wednesday afternoon. Interesting to note, though, Cleveland Browns' first time being in the playoffs in 18 years, Skee. That's pretty wild. Throw it back over to you, man. Anything in conclusion here, Browns and Steelers?
I don't know the last time. I don't see the Browns having success versus the Steelers. I don't even think they cover majority of those games. I wish I had the stats right here, but I agree completely with you, Drew. I'm on the Steelers.
Yeah, I like, and it's going to be cold out there, you know, 30 degrees. Not really sure who that favors more. I guess I would say the Steelers, especially just being at home, but something always to watch here as we're talking NFL in January. We'll hit the chat box here, guys, and then, yeah, feel free to throw out anything in the chat, guys, either via Twitter or YouTube. Then we'll give out best bets. You know, City by the Bay brings up a good point. Feels like Saints covering will be a very public bet. I don't disagree with them, Skee. There's going to be a lot of public money here on the Saints. I mean, even at the 9.5 number, how much do you put into, you know, sports betting overall, Skee, but and in the NFL into kind of public betting, or, you know, like the square sharp divide? Is that something, you know, you put a lot of emphasis into in your handicapping?
It's not everything for me. Like, I'm not just going to run away from it because the public is betting it, but at the same time, I much rather not be on the same side as everybody else. So I understand what he's saying there. And Yeah, that's kind of it. I
Yeah,
had
no,
something else to say. I kind of blanked out, but
no, all good, man. I mean, me and you have actually talked about this, in Las Vegas at sportsbooks in terms of, and I can remember you one night saying, granted it was later in the night, there was extracurricular activities going on, but you were like, the public kind of argument, is getting real old, and it is, in sports betting talk. Sometimes people will be like, you'll make a case for the side, and they'll be like, oh man, 65% of the public money's on that team. I don't like it. And it's like, dude, how are you going to kind of factor that in every time down the board on your card? That's why I just think it's a little bit overblown. It's something that I look at, but I'm not going down the card ski and saying, oh, this is the public side, I'm betting the other side. And I would tell people out there, if you're doing that, you're likely doing it wrong. Would you not?
yeah, I agree. Like let's say if I'm confident in this game and I did my capping and I like, for instance, the Steelers, I'm not going to change just because I go see now that I finished out my capping that the public is betting the Steelers. That's not going to just sway my opinion to no, I'm not taking the Steelers or I'm taking the other side. I'll take a look at it, but I'm still going to have my same opinion from when I capped before. That's one of the main reasons why I cap the games and make my own lines before I look at the lines that they give us.
Very important there, Skee. That's something I do all the time. And guys, if you're new to sports betting, that's the one thing. If you're looking to get better at it, I would say is go through before you see the lines. Like I do this all the time in college basketball, college football. It's a little tougher in the NFL just because the lines are already out, multiple weeks before. So it's kind of tough not to look. But if you're looking to kind of get a little bit sharper as a bettor, I would say go make your own lines. And then when they come out, the opening lines, like in college football this year, it was Circus Sportsbook. Actually, it's Circus Sportsbook in college basketball too. They're doing a great job there. The director Matt Metcalf and in company there, putting out the lines. And then what is your number against what is their opener, and bet that way. That's something that I've done, and I think it really helps me as a sports bettor, Skee.
I've kind of done a little better. Before I kind of had a really unorganized way. But now I set it up. I have a real nice Excel sheet that just does what I needed to do. And I think it helps me quite a bit. So I think everybody should try to make their own numbers before the game. I know I'm much better at making my own numbers in basketball than football, but in any sport, if you can do it, I mean, that's a way that you'll find an edge for sure.
For sure, Skee. And before we get to best bets, man, we'll hit the chat box a little bit more. But I know that you're, one of the best NBA handicappers out there. You want to throw out any nuggets here to the watchers in terms of what you're seeing this year? Maybe that surprised you, or maybe some teams that are underrated or overrated that they can make money in the NBA.
Well, market might start catching up now. I kind of had a list
Mhm.
to start the season, and I want to say it's been doing fairly well. I think you have to keep an eye on the Atlanta Hawks' health. I mean, they've been playing well to start the year. I'm high on the Hawks, but the more these players start getting banged up and injured now the lineup and they're starting to lay big numbers, you're kind of going to want to have to get away from the Hawks. You want them in just to win the small number range. So I think you may stop finding value in the Hawks soon, although I do like that team. Teams that I'm looking forward to maybe be better. I mean, we saw Brooklyn last night. I just think, I mean, Brooklyn, Golden State, as long as they have Draymond in the lineup, you bet on Golden State. If Draymond is not there, they've said he's the heartbeat of the team, and we saw how pitiful they look. So I think that's a big difference there. It's kind of a lot of things. I could talk about NBA all day, Drew. I know the Sixers are looking good for your over bet. They've only lost one game.
All right. Well, I mean, I was tailing you, man. So I got to say thank you for that. And guys, we're looking to do maybe a once a week NBA show. Skee and I maybe kind of buy low, sell high on some NBA teams. So stay tuned to that on the WagerTalk YouTube or Twitter here. Also at Skee Profit on Twitter, at Drew Martin Bets. We got one more question we'll hit, and then hit the best bets here, Skee. We got 702 Rebels saying, what's the upset this weekend? If you had to pick an underdog on the card here, of course, that would be Cleveland Browns +6. That would be Chicago Bears +10. Tennessee Titans +3.5. Washington Football Team +8. LA Rams +3.5. Or Indianapolis Colts +6, Skee. Which one kind of tickles your fancy from the underdogs?
Did you say the Rams are the underdog in that game?
Oh yeah, Rams +3.5 versus Seattle Seahawks. You think that's wrong team favored?
You know, if I have to pick one of these, the Rams give Seattle hell as long as I can remember. That defensive line,
Mm-hmm.
get after Russell Wilson, and that's the keys to success versus Seattle. So I've seen them do it multiple times. Um, that's probably who I would pick.
Okay, looking towards the LA Rams. Actually, I don't disagree with you too much. That's a tough game. I haven't bet that one side or total actually personally, but I'm with you. I could see the Rams giving the Seahawks a tough time there. Proud Babylonian saying he went Seahawks. So it is what it is, guys. Skee, where are you going with your best bet, man? What are you feeling here? Side total both Saturday and Sunday. Which team you liking?
Best bet. I'm gonna be honest with you guys because every time I give you guys a best bet, it's a game that I bet already, and I haven't bet any of these games yet. But this will be a game that I like, and a game that I'm very likely to get to the window with soon. So it's gonna be Sunday, and I'll go with the Ravens. I like the Ravens. Tennessee's defense, I can't trust them. And I think the Ravens are the more complete team. I think Lamar Jackson will have success finally in the playoffs because that defense is just horrendous. So that's who I like the most as of right now. Ravens, best number I can get, Drew.
-3, -120 Skee.
Yeah, okay. I hate the juice, but
It is what it is, man. -120 isn't terrible. And guys, if you're new to sports betting, -120 meaning you got to risk $120 to win 100. The juice is always set at $100 better. So -3, -120 on the Ravens. Tell you the truth, Ski, I'll double it up. That's the best bet for the show from both of us. I've already bet it personally. So Ravens as the a road favorite here in the wild card playoff round. -3, -120 for the best bet. Ski, where are you looking to watch the games this weekend, both NBA and NFL there in Las Vegas?
oh man, I haven't even thought about it. I've been taking it day at a time, Drew. But maybe I'll go to Circa or something. Circa's pretty nice setup. I enjoy watching the games there, so maybe I'll make my way over there.
Okay, maybe look for Ski Profit, guys. If you're in Las Vegas, Circus Sportsbook Saturday, maybe Sunday. I don't know. You got to check them out. Follow them on Twitter at Ski Profit. I'm on Twitter at Drew Martin Betts. Feel free to give us a shout. Any questions, send them on over. What you want to hear on the shows going forward, that all works. If you're watching on replay, feel free to drop a comment below. And please smash the like button, guys, both on Twitter and YouTube. Heck, over 1,000 people watching at one time. We really appreciate that, guys. Really cool to see the show growth here. Ski, anything else you want to throw out before we shut this down?
For anybody who stuck around, I will share this. And I was really hot for a few weeks in EuroLeague. I kind of cooled off lately, but this is a play that I really like a lot. And I don't even have my notes here to tell you all of the reasons why, but I like Zenit tomorrow versus Pana. Zenit's the best road team in EuroLeague. They're a bottom tier team, and I just think that we can trust Zenit to get it done. They've been better offensively, defensively, on the boards. They've been playing better lately, and it's just a lot of players we can trust on that roster more than the Pana side. So I took Zenit. When I took it, the money line was or the spread was 2, and it was juiced, and the money line was like -130 or -135. So I took the money line just because it was like a 15-20 cent difference, but my line for the game is closer to 7. So anything under 5, I like for Zenit tomorrow.
All right, so Zenit in Ski. I've been doing this long enough to know when you kind of go to the Euro League here, people might not exactly be in tune to each team and where they're going. Is there any way you could kind of like, I don't want to say spell it because that might be tough, but
Zenit is Zenit.
okay, so it's Zenit St. Petersburg.
Yep, and they play Panathinaikos.
Okay, and they played. I don't even want to try to pronounce that, but it's -2.5, and you like that sound that side.
Yes, sir. I like Zenit. Zenit's the best road team in EuroLeague, 7-2.
Here we go, boys. Well, I'm locked in, Ski. Let's rock. All right, we got Zenit as maybe the best play for EuroLeague. When is this going? Thursday, January 7th at 2 p.m. Would that be 2 p.m. East? Yeah, that's got to be 2
Eastern.
p.m. Eastern, right? So 11 a.m. Pacific time. We got Zenit, St. Petersburg, -2.5. True degenerate style from my side, but Skee knows what he's talking about there. Follow him on Twitter at Skee Profit. Great stuff as always, Skee. Guys, thanks for joining us both on Twitter and YouTube. Please smash the like button. Check them out, WagerTalk.com. Bet the Zenit for free or check them out there, WagerTalk.com. Huge specials, guys. 30-day all access discounted. He's 58% NFL totals in 2020 and a 60% EuroLeague run over his last 40 plays. So check him out, WagerTalk.com. Hakeem Profit, WagerTalk.com. On Twitter at Skee Profit. I'm on Twitter at Drew Martin Bets. Guys, best of luck